Today, I'm going to change the way you do research forever. In this video, I'll show you how to use 3 of my favorite AI tools to perform deep research in the matter of minutes, and then turn it into an easy to listen to podcast. And anybody can do this, right? Here's the tools we'll be using: ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Notebook LM. All of these tools are free, and I'll put links to them in the description. Hey, I'm Tony, and my mission on this channel is to teach you how to use AI for work and for life. Because much like taxes, AI is probably not going away, and it's constantly evolving. So hit subscribe if you want to work smarter and not harder. All right, let's go. All right, so go ahead and type in chatgpt.com. If you don't have an account yet, go ahead and get one set up. It's a free account again, and definitely go through the settings to personalize it. So what we're going to do deep research on today is just something I'm personally interested in. It's the piece of legislature that just passed, one big beautiful bill. Don't worry, we're not getting political. I just want to show how take something that's complicated and break it down into something that's simple and easy to digest by using these tools. Now I'm going to go into my previous prompt here, and it's a pretty long one, but my initial prompt to generate this, it's not very hard, right? I said, create me the ultimate research prompt to unpack all the changes to Trump's new bill, right? Run it down section by section, and really wanted to see how is it going to affect me and foreign direct investment from manufacturing companies and jobs, because that's part of the business that I'm in. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating, I call it the ultimate AI research prompt, right? Because then I'm going to then come place it in Perplexity. Now notice how it says you're an expert political, economic, and legal analyst. Conduct a comprehensive section by section analysis, yada, 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 right? So whenever you use ChatGPT, this is pretty important. You are acting as, or act as, you're going to get some of the best results out of that. If you've watched any other videos, you've probably heard this before. So again, I'm not going to go through this part by part. I'm just going to scroll through here slowly, and you can take a look at how it created this prompt and what's essentially in it. Talking about economic and social impact on all these different industries, foreign direct investment, manufacturing jobs. I'm really interested in how it's going to potentially affect that. Is it going to improve it? We're going to have more foreign direct investment come to the U.S. or not? Risk and unintended consequences. Summary and strategic recommendations. And then instructions for AI. Right? Draw from a full text of the bill. Nonpartisan reports. And then it says, do you want to run it now? No. Then I made sure I said, hey, stay away from far right and far left. Stay politically neutral. I don't want it to lean too far. I just kind of really want the facts, right? And so here it is. Then it finally created the whole thing. Now I can basically copy and paste this and put it into Perplexity then. And so here is Perplexity. It is at perplexity.ai. And if you don't have a subscription or an account for this, again, this is a free tool. Go ahead and set it up. Pretty easy. And again, you can use this, you can use Perplexity for really everything, right? I would say the difference between ChatGPT and Perplexity, Perplexity has a lot more current information. It's made for research. In my opinion, ChatGPT doesn't do a great job at live research. It's a great large language model and can help with writing, things like that. And I don't really use ChatGPT for research because it also can have old information. So, all right, now you can see it in Perplexity here. I've pasted the prompt. One thing to keep in mind is to click this button here, which is the deep research button. Right, as you can see, I've got 1 query remaining today. You usually get 3 per day. I've already hit send on the prompt. Here it is, comprehensive analysis, one big beautiful bill. Gives an executive summary, and then it breaks it down part by part. And I'm just going to scroll through this quickly. I mean, it is pretty long, but it's come back with quite a bit of information. I've taken this and put it into my Google Drive under Google Docs. And then when I come over here to Notebook LM, which is notebooklm.google.com, right? Again, a free app you can use. And if you don't have an account, go ahead and set one up. Right? This app is really used to take documents, sources, and you can query them, right? So you can add sources here. You can upload, you can drag and drop different types of files you can put in here, PDFs, audios, videos. You can link directly to your Google Drive. You can link a website, or you can even link a YouTube video and have it break it down, which is nice. You can also copy and paste text into here. Okay, so I've got my sources. I actually added a few more after the initial creation of this, but here's the source from Perplexity there. This other one is a source I've found that's pretty nice, and then this is the actual bill itself that I went and downloaded, right? But we'll take a look at this source here. It gives you a summary here of that source. I don't really want to look at that right now. Let's go ahead and close that. And in the chat, I could say something like, I'm actually going to turn off those. And so when I query this, it's just going to query that one source. I'm going to say, what are the impacts to the middle class taxes? And it's going to essentially break it down for you. So, I mean, this is extremely powerful, that it's not just like going out to the internet and finding these answers. You know, if you click on one of these little circle numbers, it's going to take you to the source where it pulled that information from, right? So think about how powerful that is when you have ChatGPT potentially hallucinating you and telling you things that may not be 100% true, right? This is based on sources, and it'll list all the sources. So let's say you do research on something totally different. You are trying to figure out if that's factual or not. You can go and actually click on that link and find it. So what about this podcast we talked about? Here it is right over here. It's called Studio. Also, Notebook LM came out with an app for your phone, iPhone or Android. And so you can actually get this on your phone as well. I use it on my phone all the time, show my friends. And you can listen to these podcasts. I like to listen to it in the car. So sometimes I'll go, Starbucks in the morning, grab a coffee, and then, sit there, drink my coffee, look at a couple emails while I'm doing some of this, putting this into here, and then generating a podcast. And then I get in the car and I listen to it. All right, so let's take a listen here.
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're plunging headfirst into a piece of legislation that's been making huge waves. It's set to dramatically reshape the American landscape. We're talking about the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, or OBBB, signed into law July 4th, 2025. Quite a date for it.
Indeed. It's certainly symbolic.
And this isn't just any bill, right? It's the biggest tax and spending legislation of the administration's second term. A hefty, 887 pages?
That's right.
You've probably heard the headlines, seen the sound bites, but, what does it really mean for you, for the economy? Where are we heading with this?
Well, that's exactly what we want to unpack today. We're drawing directly from comprehensive analyses, including those crucial projections from the Congressional Budget Office to CBO. We'll explore its, monumental impact. Everything from making the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act provisions permanent to introducing really substantial cuts to social safety nets. Well, its implications really touch every corner of the economy, every segment of society. So let's dig in.
Okay, let's do
All
it.
right, so that's just a brief clip of that. I mean, I could jump around here and you can hear some of the detailed analysis.
And what about the really big players, large corporations?
Well, they maintain the 21% corporate tax rate. That helps keep the U.S. competitive globally.
Yeah.
And they also benefit from that 100% bonus depreciation restoration, allowing them to write off the full cost of capital investments immediately.
Yeah.
There are also manufacturing incentives, specifically encouraging onshoring, bringing production back to the U.S. And just having a stable tax environment helps support their long-term capital planning.
Right.
All right, so that just gives you a little bit of a example of what that podcast sounds like. Their podcasts are typically 20 to 30 minutes, usually right around that 25-minute mark. And it's the same two voices all the time, so you pretty much know what you're going to get. And it does a really good job. I mean, it's frankly like listening to something that magically got generated. I think they did a great job with this app and with this audio overview from Notebook LM. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video, and let's see if you can apply that to whether it's work or life and change the way that you do research on a daily basis. Also, I will put a link to the full podcast video in the description so you can check it out for yourself. So I'm signing off for now, but if you like that video, hit the subscribe button and we'll be back for more. See you then.